what's actually happening in this kangaroo market? Are people just buying and selling stocks like there's no tomorrow? No. There's actually a technical name for this kind of market. It's called a consolidation. That's what the technicals call it. Consolidation is, the market has done something and then it kind of flattens out. It's got some movement in there, but it's just flattening out. And then when a new catalyst comes, it either moves in a positive direction or a negative direction. But what's happening in the middle of the consolidation is the stocks are moving and consolidating into the right hands. So people who are trading the stocks or have had them for shorter periods of time are, kind of getting in and then selling and then getting in and then selling. And then long-term investors are scooping the stocks up on the dips. So the stocks, the actual stocks in the market are going from the hands of the short-term investors to the long-term investors who want to sit on the stocks. And the long-term investors are accumulating, nibbling, doing all that, waiting throughout the consolidation period. And then a catalyst happens. Either there's some sort of catalyst for a further upward momentum, something good happens, people don't want to sell the stock anymore, more people want to buy it, and the stocks go up. Or a catalyst for the downside happens, and the long-term investors decide, I can't hold this stock anymore, I got to sell it, and the market dips down. Now, we're in the consolidation period, so where are we going after this? Well, I'm very much convinced this consolidation period is going to lead to longer-term bull run. I think right now we're consolidating around, not at the all-time highs we were at pre-COVID, but pretty close to the all-time highs. It feels, right now, I feel like we're at an awesome level. This is the best level we could be at. The market is fairly priced. We're not at all-time highs. There's been some, damaging effects. But for long-term investors, this feels pretty fair. You can buy here with the long-term time horizon and not really be worried as long as you're buying the right thing at the right price. Obviously, it's a blanket statement. But it seems like we're going to be back on an economic recovery and have all of this stimulus as a tailwind. And we were building the best economy ever before this. That was a trend that had been going on for 10 years or so. And we had this, short-term issue, which is ultimately what it is. I believe this is a shorter-term issue. We had to close the economy. A lot of companies had a lot of layoffs, and those unemployment issues are still going to be around. But I do think we're going to solve it. I think we're going to do things like infrastructure. I do think a lot of the PPP has done a tremendous job at keeping some people employed. I've talked to some chefs, and, restaurants are going to open back up, but are laid off and are going to be brought back on. They know that. So I think a lot of these jobs are temporarily unemployed, which is why we saw a job increase in May, not a job loss in May. So I think there will be a positive recovery. And right now we're consolidating. And then there will be a positive catalyst, things like improving earnings, GDP growth, maybe some sort of trade deal. And we will go back to the upward trend of the long-term bull run. Now, it could happen sooner. It could happen later. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to see what happens. But right now, I think that kind of thing should start happening around August, September. I think there's potential for a downside catalyst, or was potential for a downside catalyst, until the May jobs data came out. That kind of disproved what I had initially believed, which is that there's, severe upside in the jobs department. So I'm not as worried about jobs as I was before, and we'll see what happens there. So the end of July is kind of when the jobs data and stuff, the unemployment benefits end. So we'll see what happens. Now, in the kangaroo market, consolidating, nibbling on the dips. So stick with it, and until next time, peace.